How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth breakdown of the song I covered in my last video, No Stylist by Destroy Lonely. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Feel free to click that subscribe button if you'd like, and I'm always open in taking song requests, so you can just drop them down in the comments below. I primarily focus on pop and EDM music. Those are the genres of my own personal music that I make, but I enjoy producing all kinds of music, so don't hesitate to request a song from any genre. Anyway, enough yapping about me, let's get into it. So the song is at 160 beats per minute. You can clearly see that I don't have the whole beat made, but every segment is made here. So you have the A portion of the song, the B portion of the song, and the C portion of the song. Everything that you need to make the track is here. So if you just basically copy this and you just repeat these three segments, the A portion, the B portion, and the C portion, you'll have the entire track. You just need to loop this 2 to 3 more times. So the foundation of the track revolves around this saw chord progression, which I will go ahead and play now. For the saw plugin, I'm just using the synthesizer Dune 2, and basically I'm on Plucked, and the preset I'm using is Synth Pluck RH. I don't think I changed anything really. I think the only thing I did is the cutoff. I set it to 65%. Other than that, I don't think anything else was changed. Along with those saw chords, you also have this pad playing the exact same chord progression. Here's what it sounds like. For the pad, I'm also using Dune 2. I'm under pads, and then the preset I'm using is Haze Blue, which is right here. The only thing I did is I set the cutoff to 0. I believe delay 2 was on, so I turned that off. And then the voices that are being used is 5, so I turned off voice 5 because it kind of had a weird sound. I didn't really like that much to it. So I'm only using voices 1 through 4. Next up is the drums. So we have the open hi-hat on this line right here, the snares on the bottom line, the clap right here, and the hi-hat, the closed hi-hat up top. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the closed hi-hat pattern is exactly right, but oh well. Here's what it sounds like. Also with the drums, we have these pitched hi-hats, which I also don't think is exactly right, but again, I'm just rolling with it. I apologize if it's not exactly right. This is what it sounds like. The last component of the drums is the 808 pattern, which sounds like this. For the 808, I'm using a plugin called Sublab, and I highly recommend this plugin if anybody needs 808s. It's a pretty solid plugin. What I like about it too is it has a lot of presets like after 808s used in popular songs. So like right here you can see there's Bank Account, God's Plan. I think there's Lucid Dream. Yeah, Lucid Dreams. For this song, I was using ZZ. So that's the preset right there. I didn't change anything. I just straight up used that preset. You also could use the stock or the initial like default preset, and you could tweak the settings however you like. So it's a pretty cool plugin. I highly recommend it. It's only like 40 bucks. The last component to the first section of the song is the lead, the part that everybody loves. That's what it sounds like right here. For the lead, I'm using Air Music Technologies Hybrid 3 VST. Plugin I'm using is called Skylead, so it's under Soft Leads and Skylead right there. I think the only thing I did is in Oscillator 1, I turned the level all the way to 0. There was like a weird sound to the preset that was in this oscillator, so I just turned it off completely. I also added some ROM to the lead. This is a reverb plugin by Native Instruments. I highly recommend it too. This is a great reverb plugin. I just have the mix set to 10%. It's on the airy setting. Okay, so that's all the components for section A of the song. I'm gonna go ahead and play it out once so you can hear it. All right, so now going into section B of the song. The only thing that changes is the saw chords come out, The drums and the 808 are the exact same. The pad still plays, but now there is a new square melody. The square melody sounds like this. For the square melody, I am using the VST Serum. The only thing I did is I changed the shape to a square. And then the velocity, I have this one basically linked with the level of the oscillator, and I turned the oscillator all the way down. So like, for example, if it was not applied, it would sound like this. But then when you have it all the way like this, it basically sounds softer. One thing I want to mention too that some people might not know is if you don't have these VSTs or these plugins, don't necessarily go out and buy them just to get like these sounds. A lot of times, whatever VST or plugin you do have, you might be able to make the same sound, because all this is it's a a square shape wave, and then basically you're just messing with the velocity and the level. So even if you don't have a feature where you can link the velocity to the level, you can basically EQ some of the highs and make it sound softer. Small advice for anybody that doesn't want to go out and buy a bunch of plugins. The only other plugins I added to the lead is, again, Native Instruments ROM, Airy setting, and this time I'm on 30% for the mix. And then I also added a channel EQ where I basically just took off the low end. Section B for the song plays twice. I'll play it once so you can hear it out. The last portion of the song is section C of the song. This one has a little bit more going on. The pad still plays, the drums still play, the 808 still play. What happens now is the initial lead melody comes back in. The square melody, it actually gets pitched an octave down. That sounds like this. Along with the lead and the square melody, we actually get the introduction of a new melody. That sounds like this. For this new lead, I'm using Dune 2 again. I'm just on the initial patch, but again, if you don't have Dune 2, this is literally just a saw wave. I don't think I did anything. It's literally just a standard saw wave. The only thing I added to it is, once again, Native Instruments ROM, Airy setting. I'm on 16% for the reverb. So what happens in section C is you have the initial lead come back in, you have the square melody with an octave down, and then you have the lead 2, the pad plays. But what happens is on the last 2 bars of the first half of section C, the drums and the 808 come out, and then when you get to the second half, the initial saw chords come back in, and all that's playing is the saw chords, the pad chords, the new lead, and then we also get this Moog bass. The Moog bass kind of fills everything in, since right here at this part of the song, you only have the saw and the pad and the new lead playing with no drums. So it kind of sounds dry without it, so the Moog kind of glues everything and kind of holds everything together. That sounds like this. For the Moog bass, I'm using Logic's stock ES2 synthesizer plugin. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what tweaking I did from the initial preset. I just loaded up the initial preset and did a bunch of tweaking. I've had this preset for so long because I made it such a long time ago. You can see it's called Drake Moog bass because when I used to do a lot of Drake remakes, I would use this Moog bass a lot. If you're a Logic user, just go ahead, take a screenshot of this or take a picture of this and basically just copy these settings and you'll get the exact sound. The Moog bass doesn't actually play for the normal 8 bars. It actually cuts out on the last 2 bars because the drums come back in. So that's all of section C. This is what it sounds like all together. And that's all the components to the track. This part right here is just section A repeating. I just put it in here to show you how it loops back over. So once again, if you want to remake this whole beat, it's literally just section A, section B, section C. The whole thing repeats, I think, 2 to 3 times. And that's it. The whole beat altogether sounds like this. So that's all the components to the track No Stylist by Destroy Lonely. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. As always, drop any song requests you have. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.